Having any issues or anything that, yes, oh, whoa, okay. Have you thought about adding a protein drink, an extra protein drink in? Because if you're working hard, within an hour of working out, it's my understanding from all the fitness people that I've talked to that you should have a protein drink after a workout to help repair some of the, from what you've done to your muscles during your workout. All right. In between, because you don't want to graze, but you know, you might try maybe some cheese, like some string cheese or some almonds or something like that, somewhere randomly in between. Your calorie goal is 1,200 to 1,400 calories, okay? They're easy, and that's the problem. That's the problem. But if you look at them, they're more of a glorified candy bar. If you look at a lot of these protein bars and stuff, they're higher in carbs. And to be honest, and this is my opinion, so anybody else, please feel free to jump in. I look at a protein bar and stuff like that as a glorified candy bar. I may eat something like that when I'm out hammering really hard on a bike ride, but that's the only time I do it. That's the only time that I do anything like that. Because I did several years ago get into the trap of, oh, let me have a protein bar. Let me keep a protein bar in my desk and let me cut it up in little pieces and I can nibble on it throughout the day. Well, guess what that becomes? Grazing. That becomes grazing for me. But what are you eating? How fast are you eating? And how much are you eating? And you're not enjoying the egg whites or anything like that? You don't have to just do egg whites. You can do a whole egg if you want. You can have a whole egg. You can chop up some spinach in there. You can chop up some mushrooms in there. Okay, but that was early on. This is now. You know, if something doesn't work, and everybody can kind of back me up on this, is if it doesn't work, put it aside and come back to it. You know, see how that is. In terms of the chicken, are you doing a white, like a breast? With chicken, especially the breast, you have to. You have to chew that till it's gone. Right. So you might want to start kind of looking back again at some, some thigh or some leg at that point. As much as maybe you don't want it, you might need to go back to that, or cook your chicken in a way that it's, well, like you said, you're getting the Costco, because it cooks for so long it pretty much just falls apart. But try cooking it in a different way to see if that helps you too. So what you need to probably do is you need to probably call Dr. Yadegar. Adrian, you taking notes? To talk to him, leave a message for him. Are you sleeping elevated at all? Okay. Yeah, you know what? Get a foam wedge. They sell foam wedges that will elevate you somewhat to help prevent with that reflux too. So you're mixing a powder and a pre-made together? I'm not sure I would mix a powder and a pre-made together. Maybe thin out your pre-made or thin out your powder. Okay, see what that works. Remember one thing, and this is just kind of an offset on that, the nectar. You know, if you're using the nectar does not go in a blender. It shouldn't go in a blender, and they tell you that on their packaging, not to put it in a blender because it'll do nothing but foam. Just so you guys are aware of that. You're having surgery on Monday. Yay! Remember one thing, the things that you need when you go home, you need your multivitamin, you need your B12, you need your protein, you need to have some fat-free, sugar-free pudding, fat-free blended yogurt, unsweetened applesauce, some Jell-O, some popsicles. Anything else, guys, you want to think? Some broth. There's stuff out there. To be honest, you buy a box of chicken broth, you're good for the whole time. You're good for the whole time because it's, especially after surgery, a little goes a long way. You know, I always tell people, go get chicken broth at Panera Bread and ask for chicken noodle soup broth only. I'm sure everybody has come across this. Someone posted on our Facebook, and for those of you who are new and that have Facebook, we have a private Facebook that you can post on it, but nobody else can see it. It's just for us. So, you know, that way if you wanted to go on and ask questions and stuff, and Mary goes on, I go on, it doesn't go global. The first time I ever saw it, it came up on my wall. I panicked because I'm thinking, oh my gosh, all these people are seeing it. I mean, I was ready to shut the whole site down just because I thought everybody could read what I was getting. You know, it kind of tells how kind of lame I am, you know. And I would call my daughter, can you see this on Facebook? She goes, what are you talking about, Mom? I said, it's on my Facebook thingy. And she goes, Mom, there's nothing there. So I felt better. How do you respond to people who are saying you've lost too much weight? I'm going to be 1 year out from RNY. My highest weight was 315, 260, current weight was, surgery weight was 260, current weight 169. I'm still in the obese BMI and I want to lose another 29 to 39 pounds, but I'm hearing it's just too much, she's getting too skinny. Don't lose any more, feeling annoyed. You know, I mean, how do you feel? How do you stay positive? You're doing it for you, but you know, we hear too many people's comments, you know. This one person says, I keep my replies short and sweet. Thank you, you're so kind, and I walk away. I'm not in the mood anymore to deal with other people's views on my body. Anybody have the right to tell you that you're losing too much, that you're having unhealthy behaviors maybe? Right, your doctor, maybe your spouse, or your significant other, something like that. But you know, if they're seeing a big concern. But as long as you're healthy, as long as everything seems to be going okay, and you feel okay, and then maybe they've planted that seed of doubt. Well, and the thing is that, do you think that before, was that person your eating buddy? Was that, you know, that kind of stuff? Exactly. You know, there are some people, like you said, who do feel threatened. You know what? It's a very personal choice, and like Charles said, it's your business. It's your business. It's up to you to tell and how to tell it. Yes, kids are going to come to you and say, you look different. You look smaller. You know, I mean, because kids are innocent, and they're going to come to you and say that stuff. And you know what? But you know, so the younger kids, they're going to, you know, and yeah, you're going to have this. You know what? You're always going to have this. And like I was talking about earlier in class, the choice is yours who you tell, whether you tell, but they're going to, and how you tell them. You know, you're going to be out of work for 2 to 4 weeks, and all of a sudden you come back and you're 15, 20, 30 pounds lighter. What happened? Then you'll get the question. This is the question we probably every single one of us. Have you been sick? Are you ill? Those are the questions you're going to get. Wow. Did you have your gallbladder taken out? I've had people, as I was walking through the halls of the hospital when LCH was still open, and I would have people say, you really need to eat a sandwich.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you know, I'm like, no, I don't need one. And they all knew I had surgery. It was never a secret. But I mean, people are uncomfortable, and I don't know if any of you have come across this, when we're 200 pounds, 250 pounds, 330, 400 pounds, whatever we were, when we lose so much weight so rapidly, people look at you like, what is wrong, you know? And they're not comfortable with the new person. But really, like I told someone one time, there were people who didn't talk, you know, I never had talked to them before my surgery, and now I was worthy of conversation, you know?
Yes.
I was worthy of people talking to me. But the thing is that we're all going to, or all have, found the road that we're going to take on how we deal with things. The thing is that, you know, every day you have to live facing people every day. And the point, I guess the point that I'm trying to make is, how do you go and, what's the word I'm looking for, without coming across arrogant or anything like that, or just, you know, just annoyed, because, you know, you have to exist with people every day. You know, that's one of the things you have to look at, because you're the one that has to exist every day with people. So, you know. I have something I want to say. I know someone in this room who he did his first mud run. Tell us about it. For you newbies coming up, or you people who are still wet behind the ears, read your labels. Read what a portion is. I go to the grocery store and my husband says, "What has taken you so long?" I'm reading labels, honey, you know. But one of the things I've learned is now when I go grocery shopping, because I worked out with a trainer last year, and I pretty much don't shop the middle of the store anymore. I pretty much shop the periphery of the store. You know, I pretty much get everything that's fresh. On occasion, I'll dive in and go get something that I might need. But pretty much everything I shop is the periphery. If you shop the periphery of the store, you're gonna get the things that are fresh. Once you start going into the middle, you're gonna start getting stuff that has additives, it's higher salt, higher fat, you know, that kind of thing. So that's actually something that got me out of the grocery store quicker, shopping the periphery. Okay. So what else is going on with anybody? Anybody have anything earth-shattering for me? It can be a gastric irritant. Yes, it can. And you know what? You're going to do your journey the way you're going to do it, but the only thing I'll tell you is don't get yourself in trouble doing your journey. You know, the guidelines we give are guidelines. Some things are hard, fast rules that we want you to stay by, that you should stay by, okay? There are guidelines. Some people push the edge of the envelope a little bit where it gets them in trouble. Okay, they push it a lot and it gets them in trouble. Okay, and then it's the phone call to Adrian, then it's the phone call to me, and then it's like the phone call to Dr. Yadegar, and then it's the phone call back to me, you know, that kind of thing. Just try, you know, live your life. Don't be so rigid, but you know what the guidelines are, and that's what you need to do. I want to talk about the calcium. When you go to Costco, the purple bag that says sugar-free chews at Costco, they're the wrong kind. I don't care that they taste better, they're the wrong kind. You guys, I need you, when you're taking your calcium, please be sure you read your labels. The purple bag at Costco is carbonate. The one you're talking about that comes in like the cardboard, almost looks like an ice cream container, that's calcium carbonate. Okay, it's not calcium citrate. You want a calcium citrate. Well, the bottom line is if you take some calcium carbonate, it can also lead to kidney stones. I have to really catch myself when we're sitting in a car and doing, you know, a trip. That's what I want. So, you know what, I did, and I've struggled with this for the last 5 years. We've been driving back and forth to Washington. So I decided grapes. I keep grapes in the ice chest in the car, along with like a case of water, half of it frozen. But I eat grapes. I keep a big bag of grapes in the car, and that's what we snack on. You know, granted, you can even overdo it with fruit, but my thought process is I'd rather overdo it with something at least healthy as opposed to something greasy, salty, and crispy. Yeah. You know what? We're right on the heels of Halloween.
Yes.
What is and I talk about this every year. What is that one candy that you would buy that's your weakness?
Candy.
You know, and that's one of the things you might want to think about when you're getting ready to buy your Halloween candy for those little kids who come begging at your door. What is it that you like that you really can't have in your house that is just too tempting for you? And think about that when you go out to buy your Halloween candy. What should I purchase that I won't get into?